are live, guys. Thanks everybody for joining today. And today we are going to go into some updates for the Roburna community in terms of the Roburna blockchain and our mainnet integrations. Obviously, we acknowledge at this point that we are bypassing a few time estimates that we have come with in terms of several aspects to the development. This obviously comes with a very, very good reason because we have simply found some mistakes inside of the codes, and also some of the codes have needed to be updated based on some events that happened which we didn't go in and prepare for before we actually made the initial development. So first of all, I know the bridge is something that several people are requesting an update on, and this is my fault for not giving an update earlier. One of the things that happened is some of our community members, actually a few whales, have got hacked, and we didn't ensure for the DeFi bridge to have any blacklist function because this was not something that we had actually taken into consideration when we made the initial bridge. And obviously this is a very big mistake, because if there happens hacks inside of DeFi and people's wallets gets compromised, then we need to have a way to go in and block these wallets from being able to withdraw the money out of the network, because this could not only damage the ecosystem, but obviously also hurt and stop the prosecution of these funds. So we have some community members, especially whales, actually quite big wallets, that got hacked. This is obviously a concern. We reached directly out together with the people who had this incident out to the SECs of SecX, which we're listed on, to block them there, to make sure that they are not going in. But for the DeFi bridge, we have had to go in and make some updates to the bridge to make sure that we have these functionalities. And as we did this, we have found some security issues that could bypass this blacklisting feature, and we are currently testing out to make sure that this is completely safe and it functions the way that it's supposed to do. So for this reason, at the current moment, the bridging out of the network will only happen through SecX, which already have the tracking system in place. So when the funds, if they should get deposited, at the current moment we have a tracking of the wallets that got hacked, and we have the hackers' wallets under surveillance. So if they should ever deposit on the centralized exchange of SecX, then it will get frozen at the moment that it gets deposited, and then obviously it will be up to authorities to go in and proceed from there. There has been police reports filed in this regard, so this will go to the authorities to then make the further steps together with SecX if it lands there. And from our side, in terms of the AUG bridge, we are implementing all of these tracking features in and making sure that there will be no way to go in and bypass this. So this will not only be for the few that have had this incident now, but also in the future, if there should come hacks on our network, then we will be able to go in and simply stop the funds at the way of moving out of the network, and at least that will make sure that it doesn't fall into the hands of the hackers, and they will actually not be able to get the physical funds in their hands. And at the same time, we are also communicating with the two other centralized exchanges that we are to get listed on in a near future, for us to have the right implementation, so they do the same as SecX, and simply if the funds lands with them, then they will get frozen, and the decision making will be either up to the centralized exchange or authorities, together with the implemented parties that might have had this unfortunate accident happening to them. So this is one of the reasons why we have the delay here with the bridge. This is obviously not so positive for people who want to go in and move the funds at the current moment. We do understand that, and we are working on two different solutions. One that might be implemented short term, while we make sure that this is completely safe, together with a third-party development company that we are going in to make the proper testing of this. As you all know, the most vulnerable thing in DeFi is actually bridges, and this is something we do not want to see the incidents that have happened in 2020, 21 and 22, where a lot of funds left out to bad actors, and actually directly bridges was also hacked. So not only moving funds out of networks, but also the bridge itself and the deposits have been hacked in the past. And this is something that we take very, very serious, because obviously the bridge will be the most vulnerable point of the whole network, and in terms of the value that we hold on our blockchain. This have also led into a positive development, which means that very soon we will be able to disclose. Obviously, we want to make sure that we get this tested, and before it comes live, we have something very positive in terms of the bridge, because now when we went in to do some updates on the bridge, we're working on several bridge systems at the current moment. So there's not going to be only one system, it's going to be two systems in place, and one of these systems is going to have a very, very positive feature for our partners and for the Roburna network, and the value on the blockchain. This is something that I do not want to go into too long details about, because it's going to take me more than 30 minutes to go in and explain in detail. So I'm going to arrange another event going in and talking about this. This is most likely going to be in the start of September, that I will come in and do a presentation for you guys to inform you what there is going to be implemented, and which will have a very, very positive impact on our exchange, on our network, sorry. So these updates are soon to come. In the meantime, we are working on a short-term solution, which might not be the fastest solution to actually bridge the funds. We're obviously trying to have the fastest bridge in DeFi, but we might be coming up with a beta solution, which will have a longer processing time, but very high security, just for the money to be able to start to move freely. So these are things that's getting worked on, and as soon as I have a specific update to come with, then we will come forward with this. In terms of the chart and the buy bot, I know that several people have requested the chart and the buy bot and asking for updates in this regard. We had hoped that the chart service would already have been deployed. This is very important for DeFi investors and also for the other partner projects. We actually have tokens and projects that want to come live on our blockchain, but obviously they would like to be able to see the chart, because the chart is a very big factor when it comes to DeFi and investing in general. So we are hoping to soon get an update from the Greenfolio team developers. We are actually not having our developers attached to this specific feature. I do know that they requested some support last week to go in and read the transactions from our blockchain, and we have one of our developers sitting together with the team now for them to actually make up this database from them. There has been some complications to my understanding, and I hope that we will have an update from them very, very soon. And from the buy bot's perspective, we only need the API for the buy bot. At the current moment, we can actually track the buys from the network. So we can activate the buy bot tracking the buys, but the issue is that we are not tracking the market cap and the other aspects, which we need the API for. As you know, the buy bot comes up with the size of the buy, and it comes up with the value of the token, together with a few other information aspects that are on there. At the current moment, our buybot cannot read that because we need the API from Greenfolio or any other API provider. We are also in talks with other chart service providers that want to integrate into Roburna network, and we just need one of those to activate the buybot, because then we have all the information that the buybot needs to display, and from there we can move forward and activate it for everybody. So these are things that are getting worked on, and again, everything that goes out to third parties, it leaves us a lot out of control in terms of time estimates, and I can only relay the time estimates that I get from the specific teams. And sadly, when it comes into technology, there is it can be a little issue to actually go in and make correct time estimates, which I've also been facing myself, as you have known, and as I've just explained earlier, we also do have some delays on our end. Together with some positive information in terms of ArborSwap NFT marketplace, we have had the new contracts deployed this week on the testnet. So the developers for ArborSwap team, which are split between the bridge, working more closely together with the Roburna team, and then the NFT marketplace, which is sitting on another development team that's sitting with this. They have now deployed that on testnet, and for those who read the Explorer, you can always go in and see what gets deployed on the network. As this is all public features, you can go in and see not only what we deploy, but also what other partners are sitting and working on. And obviously, when you go in and deploy something on a new blockchain, then you normally go through testnet. So for those who are not very active with our network, I would always recommend you guys to keep a look out on the Explorer and see what actually happens on the testnet, because on the testnet is most likely where things will be deployed before they go into mainnet. So this is very interesting. Obviously, I would like to say that it's coming live in 1 to 2 weeks, but as the team moves forward with the testing, then we will go in. The front end is already working. It has been tested out, and I'll be coming with a showcase next week. I'll be starting to interact more in the community, and when I come into the community, I will come with my old small bumps for you guys. And now we're having a lot of things ready to go in and inform the community with. So as I haven't had any AMAs over the last few months, we have a lot of recent developments, not only from ourselves, but also from partners that we would like to showcase with you guys. And some of them I will come in and bring myself, and some of them will be left up to the team to come and present to you guys. In terms of what we are doing with the community, we are going in and making some interaction with the community. As you can see, we have went in since last week when we had our, let me see, yeah, it was last week. My calendar is flying away, but last week we had our birthday presentation, and here I announced that we were gonna come out with some birthday NFTs. These are NFTs that will have an undisclosed utility. We will again in the coming months coming up and showing you guys what it is that we have been making of amazing utility that will go in and support these NFTs, so there is a value for people to actually get them. And how do you get these NFTs? You get them by participating in events like today. So at the end of today's AMA, we will go in and we will select some people from the AMA today that will come in and get these NFTs. and they will be claimable by the end of the event. So that means that this event is running for until the 7th of September. So we have taken the month of our birthday to do this. We are collecting all the data as the event goes on. And by the end of the event, the NFTs will be claimable for free. You only have to pay the network gas to claim the NFT. And then you will have this birthday badge. For the rest of the year, we'll have another event starting following this event. This is some small initiatives to go in and make some activity inside of our community, and also to reward the community members. Apart from this, there will start to come some activities specific with partners. We had a meeting earlier this week with URI Unity, where we want to go in and make some specific cross-partnership events going between their community and our community, to go in and highlight the integrations that they have done. I know that the URI Unity team is also working on implementing a lot more features into our blockchain, but I think we have missed out on actually showcasing to the community what amazing developments that they already have made. And this will be something that we have hired a new person to our team to go in and go very specific in to guide the whole community towards new developments joining the Roburna network and ecosystem, to go in and highlight with you guys. And this is not going to be limited only to URI Unity and already disclosed partners. This is going to be a way of introducing new partnerships. And I'm also happy to say that I've spoken with a few of the teams that have taken part of the RISE initiative. As you know, the RISE initiative is an initiative that goes in to support our network and support developers or teams that want to come on our network. And we have one project that have been into testing for some time, and they are just about to round up with their testing phase. So most likely in the start of September, they will go live on our network and start to bring transactions. This is a truly interesting partnership. And we have another partner which just submitted codes to me just before I jumped on this AMA. So as soon as I jump off, then I will be able to look at what they have deployed so far. And they are also looking to integrate. So these are two nice and very good partnerships that are going out to educating and engaging with non-existing or new crypto users. That is the focus of the projects, is to engage with new crypto users or not yet onboarded crypto users, to get them into crypto. And this is all going to happen on the Roburna network, in the Roburna ecosystem. And this is going to be truly, truly interesting. And we are hopefully going to see over the coming month or two to start see many projects coming live. I know that Foxy gave an update on the summit we had a few days ago. They came with an update to us, telling us that they will soon be ready to go in towards their token launch. And as we see more and more projects come in and launch on our blockchain, we are going to see that daily transactions spike up. So we'll get more daily transactions on our network. We will start to get new community members in, and little by little, we will raise the floor and obviously strengthen the liquidity, which have been a point that we have already stressed a lot on. So this is the main points of the presentation that I have prepared for today. I actually didn't manage to get collected questions from the community for this AMA. This is something that we will also resume. Remember, if you have any questions towards me or towards the team, you can always submit it through the website. So inside of the website, you simply just go in and submit your question that you want to get answered. We will, one second. We will either answer them in a live event like today, or we will make another update on any questions that get submitted. We are trying to go for full transparency, which means that no questions will get left unanswered. So please do submit questions. We are gonna go in and make a better structure from the public team to go in and get collected these questions, and also questions that just get answered in the chat. We will try to collect as many of them, but if you want to secure that the question actually reaches us, then please do use our website. Before I end today's recording, I will come with a little surprise for you guys that didn't listen in the last presentation I had last week, but after the recording, I will come with a few extra things. But before I end the recording today, in terms of the merchandise, obviously you can see I'm sitting with the merchandise here. So it's not like we want to hold anything back from you guys. We really want this to go out to the community. We did come a few months back, but I think we have maybe not been good enough to follow up on this. We came up with a form requesting the community to go in and help me finding out which continent or which country you are sitting in, because at the current moment, as you all know, I'm sitting in Peru and I have merch here. We also have some merch that's gonna come from China and other Asian countries, which we haven't disclosed to the public yet. But for all of this merch to have a smooth distribution and to lower the distribution costs of the merch, it's really important that we figure out where is it that you guys are resident, because if I send all of the merch to Europe, for example, or if I try to ship it out here from Peru, then there will be several implications for the buyer of a product. As you know, this is not digital items, this is physical items. And let's say that I'm sending 2 of these shirts to, for example, Belgium or French. Then first of all, the distribution from Peru to France will be quite a long transmission time. And second of all, you will be hit by import taxes, which we cannot go in and cover when we are sending directly to a customer, especially in Europe. Here, the United States and Europe have certain rules, and obviously, again, Asian continent or African or Middle East have different restrictions and different tax rules and import rules, and we will have to figure out what is the best way of doing this distribution. Earlier this week, I spoke with one of our partners for distribution in Europe. They are ready to receive merch. As you know, it's my plans to go to Europe next month. We are gonna all meet up in the Roburna forest. I will be inviting everybody to Portugal and take part of the event in the Roburna forest. Here I will be bringing up some merch. Some of it we will be giving away, and some of it will be available through a web shop that we are about to release. So here there will come some merch to Europe. I'm not gonna bring everything that I have here, but we will start to distribute this out to distribution centers. As you know, we are not into e-commerce, so we are simply just gonna partner up with distribution centers to facilitate a smooth distribution of the items and not implement our own team and our own workflow into this. So I will not have to sit and do the packages to send it out to you guys. But here we will be reposting the form in terms of the merchandise, and I hope to see you guys go in and take part of this, so we can know exactly how we can facilitate the best distribution. For the European continent, we now have a solution, so we just need to go in and prepare a shipment from Peru and from Asia, so it will land in Europe as soon as possible, available for distribution. But for people in other continents, it's really important that we figure out where is it that you are located. I know we have people in Singapore, we have people in Malaysia, we have people in across the whole world in the Roburna community. We also have a lot of people in Canada and in United States, but the closer we can get to your destination, the cheaper it's going to be for the transport costs, and the easier it's going to be for us as a company to go in and take the hurdle with the import tax. So for European customers, as we will be importing the items to Europe and distributing from Europe, you will now not be hit by import taxes and restrictions when we do a shipment, which I personally think is extremely important when we go into do the distribution of merch, because it's not nice to be waiting excitedly to get a Roburna shirt, and then you get a Roburna shirt together with a tax bill because we imported it from another continent, which implement the import tax for you guys. So I think this is extremely important for us to have a satisfaction with the merch distribution. Perfect. So yeah, I think that was the updates that I wanted to come with today. I actually missed my notes at home. So yeah, this I will keep it with this, and I will be ending the recording for now. We are soon gonna do another AMA, which will be scheduled next week, so people will know. And remember, submit questions to the team so we know exactly from the community side what is it that you would like to hear updates on, so we can come with these updates and make sure to keep a high satisfaction in our community. Thanks for listening in, guys, and see you all next time.